Love is a powerful emotion, but so is hate. A serial bride chooses murder over divorce.
There were never enough men for Tasha.
A glamour model proves looks can kill.
She wasn't going to let him leave her.
And a mistress does her lover's dirty work.
They just decided she's a parasite in my life. We're gonna kill her.
These deadly women can't control their emotions when love turns to hate.
She possibly had what's known as histrionic disorder. People that have that eat drama for breakfast. When their life is smooth, they mess it up.
In Columbia, Missouri, 26-year-old Tasha Hesse is a new mom. Although they're not married, her partner, 37-year-old Mitch Kemp, is about to change that.
How's my little girl?
She's good. She's nearly asleep.
Mitch had found somebody that was pretty, that was fun.
What do you say, babe? Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
And they have this daughter together.
Thank you.
It was almost like, wow, here's a good-looking girl who seems to be interested in me.
But Mitch isn't the only man who can't believe his luck. Tasha's the kind of girl who gets attention whether she likes it or not. More often, she likes it.
Excuse me, you know you're meant to have a towel behind your back, right?
Sorry.
Here you go. No, I'll do it.
She used her feminine wiles to get what she wanted from men. It was easy.
Is there a lucky man waiting for you at home?
Sadly, it's just me and my baby girl, but we're just waiting for Mr. Rat to come along.
Tasha Morton's ability to lie is akin to her ability to breathe.
Tasha has a devoted husband. But just months after saying I do, she's doing it with another man.
As soon as she had a ring on her finger, she started cheating.
Tasha's MO was to kind of go from man to man, relationship to relationship. And then once she had kind of gotten what she needed, she'd move on to the next.
Putting off emotional gratification for long-term gain just wasn't in her books.
No, I love you, right?
Yeah, I had an inkling.
I can't imagine life without you.
34-year-old Greg Morton is her next conquest, and he's hooked.
Will you marry me?
Yes. Yes.
Even though she was still married to Mitch, she told Greg that she was actually divorced, but she wasn't.
She's a master manipulator and a pathological liar.
Another man who'd come to learn of Tasha's betrayal is former lover Dwayne Barentine.
She had been doing the same thing over and over and over. With every guy that she met, she had not changed her game.
If she couldn't manipulate a guy, she just went on to the next guy that she could.
Just 8 months after marrying Mitch, Tasha walks out with their baby, then marries Greg.
Greg and Tasha get married in Arkansas, and she's still married to Mitch here in Missouri. She's actually committing the crime of bigamy.
As far as Mitch knows, the breakup could be temporary. He holds out hope.
Hey, you've reached Tasha, Lexi, and Greg. Leave a message.
Remember, they hadn't even divorced.
Hi, Tasha. It's Mitch. I haven't seen Lexi in a while.
So in Mitch's mind, are we gonna get back together?
And it'd be really good if I could see her. And you. Call me back.
What Mitch doesn't know, nor her new husband, Greg, is that Tasha is a serial bride.
There's something in her past she didn't want anybody to find out.
The wedding ring on her finger would barely be out of the jewelry box where she was looking at another guy, because it made her feel good at the moment. There were never enough men for Tasha.
And she has 2 other children.
Tasha had abandoned her first child, had abandoned her second child.
Mitch doesn't know his wife's past, but he discovers her future with Greg. He wants custody of their daughter.
You know I can't live without her.
Well, you should have thought about that before you ran off with him then.
You can see whatever you like. It doesn't matter.
No, I've made up my mind.
No, God, why don't you just listen to me?
It's not just her daughter Tasha's worried about. A court case will reveal she's a bigamist.
Stop it!
I don't want to get in trouble with Greg. I don't want to get in trouble with the law for being married to 2 men at the same time.
Mitch's move for custody risks blowing up everything. Tasha will not allow it.
She had lost her first son. She had lost her second son. I don't think she was willing to lose the third one.
Tasha Morton is about to lose everything. She needs to think fast before one of her husbands, Mitch Kemp, claims custody of their daughter.
Morning, babe.
Maybe her newest husband, Greg Morton, can help.
What is it?
He raped me 2 days ago.
What?
And Greg believed her. Greg believed he was dealing with somebody who was a monster.
You have to do something.
If you say, I've been raped and molested to your husband, a real man's gonna say, okay, you get him over here. We're gonna deal with this.
That animal. I'll kill him.
She could come up with lies on the spur of the moment.
Then let's do it.
On the morning of August 24th, 2004, Tasha picks up Mitch for a meeting.
I don't want to fight anymore. You're her father.
Where is Greg?
I already told you. Greg is out of town.
I think Mitch still loved Tasha in some way, still wanted to be with her. It was the mother of his child. Tasha starts screaming.
Shoot him!
Shoot him. He's raped me.
He's a rapist. He deserves to die.
No, she's lying! What are you doing? No! No!
Tasha manipulated husband number 4 to kill husband number 3 because, well, why get your hands dirty if you don't have to?
He shoots him 5 more times to make sure he's dead.
She knew that Greg loved her enough that he would kill for her.
There was a tremendous amount of anger there for her to spit in his face as he was dying. Or perhaps that was another show for Greg.
According to the plan, they bury Mitch's body on Greg's rural property.
They had already premeditated everything. They put him on a tarp, and they poured the 2 bags of lime over the body. Because that's what farmers do. They pour the lime over a cow when it passes away to keep it from stinking.
The pair move out of state to Alabama. Then, with safe custody of her daughter, the serial wife discards her disposable man.
He killed for her. They should have been bound by their criminal behavior forever. Nope. As soon as he was out of town, she had a new guy.
In 2007, she swoops on single dad, Dwayne Barentine. Their children go to the same daycare center.
I mean, believe it or not, I have a bachelor degree in criminal justice, but...
Really, that'd come in handy in a child care center?
Here's a young, nurturing, loving mother, and that's what I wanted.
I thought I'd give you this.
All right, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
And I knew that's what my little boy wanted.
Tasha used that to get what she wanted from Dwayne.
Within a month, Tasha's under Dwayne's roof. Like all the others, he can't believe his luck. Until mail starts arriving with different last names.
I wanted to know who I had living in my house with me and my son. It shocked me because the girl's 31 years old, been married 5 times. I mean, why in the hell couldn't you make it work?
Dwayne's curiosity is piqued. He searches for his girlfriend's past husbands and discovers one is missing.
And here's a family looking for this man, and they can't find him. Something's got to be going on here.
The thing Tasha never counted on was, God forbid, the murder victim's family might be looking for him.
When police question Tasha, she wastes no time implicating her accomplice, leading investigators to Greg's property.
Tasha, we know this is hard, but we want to put Greg away just as much as you do. And we need a body to do that.
She tried to blame everything on Greg. She tried to remove herself from the scenario as much as possible.
I think it's over there.
Unfortunately for Tasha, police are one step ahead. They've discovered her history of lies. And when Greg comes clean, admitting to the murder and why, it's game over. In 2010, Greg Morton pleads guilty to second-degree murder and is sentenced to 19 years behind bars.
I think Greg was a victim. I think that man's doing 19 years in prison because he loved a master manipulator. And I'm just lucky that I got out.
Tasha Morton is convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison.
The most disturbing part of this case is Tasha Morton. Just the way that she would lie to people to get them to do things that I don't think they really wanted to do.
Women like Tasha are extremely dangerous once they start killing. If she hadn't been apprehended and incarcerated now for the rest of her life, we'd all have good reason to look over our shoulder. Toxic couples stay together because they're getting something out of the relationship, even if it's bad.
Hello?
Bad attention is better than no attention.
In Nottinghamshire, England, 2007, 20-year-old Elisha Allen is making a splash in the glamorous world of modeling.
She had the beginnings of a very successful modeling career.
Hold it there. Yeah, beautiful.
Perfect, darling, you're done.
Thank you.
Good, because I need a drink.
It's only 10 a.m., babe.
But Elisha is never far from a bottle.
For some people, consuming alcohol is like lighting a fuse that is attached to a bomb.
Elisha gets so drunk, she grounds a flight.
Get off! Get off!
She actually caused the plane to be turned around and land early.
This is police brutality!
Hey, behave. You're in enough trouble as it is.
She attacked one of the cabin crew because she lost her handbag in the toilet.
She was drinking the whole flight, going absolutely crazy, kicking, screaming, crawling up and down the aisles.
All right, thanks. We'll take it.
She was so aggressive, and it was a potential threat to the safety of the people on the aircraft.
Getting in alcohol-fueled trouble on an airplane while flying, it doesn't get much worse than that.
Alcohol abuse lands Elisha community service, trading glamorous outfits for work boots. But things take a turn for the better when her supervisor introduces a fellow traveler, 34-year-old Carl Bloxham.
He was doing a community order for drink driving.
We finished along the fence line, so do you want me to move the group down to the next sector?
Yeah, good idea. On second thoughts, I'd like you to meet someone.
Carl was a stable guy who had the same problem she had, but was doing well.
Elisha, I'd like you to meet Carl. Carl's going to be your new probation buddy.
He worked incredibly hard. He had good, close, loyal friends who plainly thought the world of him.
In no time, moral support becomes something deeper.
He saw the good in her and the potential in her. Carl adored her.
Elisha sees a man who might get her on the straight and narrow. He's beaten the drink and becomes her inspiration.
Carl,
Yeah?
I feel like I was lost, and then you found me.
Now I'm never gonna let you go.
Elisha loved him and was concerned that she couldn't live without him.
The couple sets up home, but despite Carl's gentle guidance, in the battle for Elisha, the bottle is winning.
Carl had a big heart and he wanted to help her,
Elisha.
but it was a mistake to move in with her.
Elisha, go to bed.
He never knew what he was going to find.
Elisha, wake up. Go to bed. Elisha, come on. Come on. Come on. Elisha!
What was he to do? professional struggle to deal with this. He was never ever going to be able to deal with it on his own.
Oh my God, don't.
It was way more than he could handle.
Nottinghamshire, England, 2015. Elisha Allen and Carl Bloxham are in a roller coaster romance. But at last, the wild ride might be coming to an end.
Wow. Am I in the right house?
Of course you are.
Elisha cut down on her drinking, and this led to an improvement in her state of mind, and Carl hoped that this would become a permanent state of affairs.
Just shut up and kiss me.
Carl had seen something of the best of her again, and it had reminded him of why it was that he'd fallen for her in the first place.
No drinking today.
No, it's been a week. I thought we'd celebrate.
Babe, I'm so proud of you.
Elisha had a couple of months of sobriety and life was good.
But the good times don't last. Elisha's drinking and rage returns, including one time she calls the police, threatening to kill Carl.
Hello?
I'll slit my wrist, I will.
So, we've had a call from this address from a young woman.
Look, I'm really sorry. Everything's under control, I promise.
You sure?
Yes.
She was threatening to stab someone.
Elisha even threatened Carl and said, "Wait till you're asleep, I'll stab you through the heart."
It will die down in a minute. She does this all of the time.
Carl puts on a brave face for authorities.
I'll call us if you need to.
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
Elisha!
But as months turn into years and nothing much changes, Carl finally gives up.
Carl decided he'd finally had enough.
You all right, Dad? Yeah. It's Elisha. I think it's finally over.
About time.
Dad!
Why don't you come and live back home for a bit?
Carl was encouraged by his family and friends to give up on Elisha. That he should walk away.
Elisha, I'm coming to get my stuff now.
I already chucked it into the street.
No, you haven't.
You can't just walk away and leave me, Carl.
I'm coming now.
I won't let you!
For her, he was everything. He was her life.
On the night of July 29th, 2015, Elisha again hits the bottle. As Carl arrives to end the relationship for good.
I'll be back for the rest of my stuff this weekend. I'm leaving now.
You're really going?
Yes. Ah! Elisha, what is wrong with you?
Please, don't leave me.
Get away from me.
Elisha cannot tolerate loss or any kind of abandonment.
Get away from me, Elisha!
It crushes their soul.
She wasn't going to let him leave her.
When he made the decision to stop the relationship, he signed his own death warrant. Elisha picked up a knife with a 12-centimeter blade.
When a person picks up a knife and goes toward another person's chest with fury, they know something bad is going to happen.
It severed an artery and led to massive blood loss.
She's taken away the person that would have never betrayed her. that would always have been there for her, that tried above all else to help her.
What's your emergency?
I need an ambulance. I just stabbed my boyfriend.
Police and ambulance are on the way.
He's already dead.
After being stabbed in the cardiac area with a knife like that, a person might live for a few minutes, and CPR would not help.
And he's not moving.
This is one drunken mistake Elisha can't undo. But in a vain attempt, she blames Carl.
She said that Carl was drunk, that he'd been shouting at her and mouthing off at her.
We were arguing, and then...
She swings between being terrified and horrified at what she's done, and also irritated.
I didn't mean to do it.
It's a tragedy for everyone, including Elisha. In 2016, Elisha Allen pleads guilty to murder and is sentenced to a minimum of 14 years behind bars. She'll be eligible for parole at the age of 43.
Carl Bloxham's death must be about as unnecessary as any death could possibly ever be. He wasn't trying to hurt anyone. He wasn't a threat to anyone. He was a kind, generous, warm man who wanted the best for Elisha.
Like a drowning swimmer, Elisha Allen was offered a helping hand, only to drag her rescuer down with her.
She could not control herself. She would not remain sober. And when she drank, she got crazy violent. Somebody like this should not be walking around with the rest of us. They just shouldn't. There was another woman and money problems. That's jealousy. That's greed. She was marked for death no matter what.
There's no age limit on love. And that's what 57-year-old Raminda Carr is hoping for. But in 2007 in Germantown, Maryland, she's having second thoughts.
What's wrong? I'm too old for a blind date, Aarti.
You look beautiful. And he's no spring chicken.
Raminda was this tiny little woman. She kind of looked like everyone's grandmother, the kind of person you'd just want to walk up to and hug.
The widow wants a new start.
Ah, there they are.
56-year-old businessman Baldeo Taneja is quite the catch.
There was nothing not to like.
Let me introduce you to Raminda Baldeo.
Baldeo was a very smart guy, very accomplished.
I heard you're in the pharmaceuticals.
Ah, on the data side, I'm not a pharmacist.
A biostatistician, Baldeo works for an American pharmaceutical company.
He was a PhD, a statistician, and he brought in about $160,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
And he makes even more money from his direct marketing business back in Mumbai. The pair hit it off.
I really enjoyed tonight.
Even I enjoyed it too.
Can I see you again?
I'd like that.
Raminda and Baldeo, they were madly in love.
They sent each other love poems. Your eyes are like the stars in the sky. Poetic love texts that went on and on.
They were acting like teenagers.
But there's something Baldeo isn't sharing.
Baldeo looked good on the surface, but in fact, he had a secret life.
Back in Mumbai, he has a wife, 43-year-old Preeta Gaba.
Baldeo is a player. He's leading a double life.
Hello, my love. How are you?
Good, my darling. Very busy.
That is why you did not call me.
I don't think Prita was happy about that separation, and so she wanted to come to the United States really to be together again.
Don't worry. We are meeting soon. And then you will not be able to ignore me. When are we meeting?
My phone's ringing. I have to answer it. It's very important.
He was trying to appear to be this good person, this good husband, but at the same time, he was dealing with two different lives.
Baldeo has moved Raminda into his U.S. house.
Who are you talking to?
Just work.
And now finds himself facing a visit from his wife.
Building a relationship with Raminda and also making promises to Prita that they would reunite as a family.
By 2009, Baldeo can no longer hold off his wife. But when Prita arrives with his stepson, she's not welcomed home, but to a hotel.
What are we doing here?
It's a good hotel.
But why can't we stay with you? In your house?
There's no room.
He basically picked her up from the airport, dropped her off, and just disappeared.
Hey, you can watch some good movies on that.
We are your family, and you are dumping us in this hotel?
I thought it would be fun for all of us.
Oh.
During the entire visit, Baldeo lives a double life. His wife in a hotel, his lover at home.
He jumps from one woman to the next woman. That's his style. He may be smart, but he sure is acting stupid.
Missed you so much, my love.
Baldeo was a completely self-centered person that liked to get whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted it.
But it's only a matter of time before Prita discovers the cruel truth.
One day she saw him driving in a car with Raminda, and that's how she began to figure the whole thing out.
This is rejection, total rejection. Prita's thinking, we're in love. What's going on? Who is this woman?
What do you want?
Who was that woman?
She was just a friend.
What?
In the car.
What? A friend? And you were kissing a friend?
This is a public place. Keep your voice down. Everyone can hear you.
No! You were kissing her! Who is that?
Look, calm down. It's okay. Calm down.
You are a liar!
I've had enough with you. I want a divorce.
We are a family!
Raminda was pushing Baldeo to divorce Prita and marry her.
You can't do that to me!
My decision is final.
No!
It's like, I'm living with Raminda, so we need to get a divorce. You need to go home. Go.
She stood her ground. Perhaps that was the wrong thing to do.
Baldeo Taneja and his new lover, Raminda Carr, have a problem. Baldeo's wife. She's arrived from Mumbai, and she's staying.
They stalked her together.
They want to catch her doing something that they can use in the divorce. They want to catch her with another man. That's what they want to do.
Maybe she had a boyfriend. Maybe she had a job she wasn't reporting. It was ridiculous.
Raminda was the front person reporting to Baldeo what she saw Prita doing.
They even come up with a nickname for her, the Dragon Lady. Dragon Lady? Really? Who's the dragon here?
Prita intends to remain in the U.S. after the divorce and demands the appropriate alimony.
Prita's divorce attorney said it was one of the most contentious divorces he's ever seen.
She strikes a good deal.
What's this? It's the amount you're required to pay.
It took him a long time to swallow that piece of the divorce agreement. He had to go take a walk outside of the mediation room.
He felt like he brought this woman to the United States. He's given her this big opportunity in his mind. And all of a sudden, he has to pay her money.
And Baldeo isn't the only one fuming.
Raminda sits back and she says, you know what? My life has changed. Because of this woman. She's taking money from us.
She didn't like that at all. That festered.
Things come to a boil when Baldeo refuses to pay some alimony, and Prita files for contempt of court.
Raminda was going to take care of Prita for the benefit of Baldeo.
The pair goes shopping.
Raminda and Baldeo purchased 2 handguns. They were both revolvers, and I guess what you would consider his and her guns.
They also stopped at a costume shop, and they bought a wig and makeup that you can put on your face to make your face age and look really old.
How do I look?
Gorgeous.
They just decided that woman's gotta die. She's a parasite in my life. We're gonna kill her.
October 12th, 2013. Prita is getting ready for work.
Okay, beta. Take care.
Bye, Mom.
Rebuilding her life after the divorce.
Single goal in life was to make enough money to put her son through college. She came to work early, she stayed late, she worked on the weekends. She was the most reliable employee ever.
Raminda came out of nowhere.
Raminda was barely close, maybe 3 to 4 feet from her when she first shot her.
As Prita turned around, Raminda continued to shoot her multiple times.
Two times in the back as she's walking away.
In front of witnesses, in broad daylight, Raminda eliminates her competition.
Raminda's a cold-blooded killer. She's a monster.
For a brief moment, she probably knew exactly who it was. As she lay there dying, I'm sure she had to consider this whole betrayal by Baldeo.
She was executed. This one was executed going to work.
But whatever relief Raminda and Baldeo feel, it doesn't last long. They are instantly prime suspects.
Step out of the car with your hands where we can see them.
Raminda and Baldeo are not natural-born killers. They had a backpack with all the evidence right there in the car.
They found a sweatshirt. They found an unused wig, lots of cash in Raminder's purse, and the 2 guns in the car.
Here they are, the two of them driving around still with the weapon they used in a murder. I mean, this guy has a PhD?
They did everything wrong. And they got caught.
Both are convicted of first-degree murder. Baldeo Taneja receives a life sentence. Raminda Carr is also sentenced to life behind bars, eligible for parole in 2032, aged 81.
Raminda looked and acted like a sweet grandmother. People trusted her. Boy, were they wrong.
For Raminda, wisdom did not come with age. Jealousy did.
Evil lurks in places where you least expect it.
Anyone's capable of murder. This couple, they're in their 60s. They've never been arrested before. And they go from 0 crime to murder.
These deadly women had hearts of stone. Tasha Morton killed her husband to protect her reputation. Elisha Allen destroyed the one man who tried to help her. And Raminda Carr shot dead her lover's ex to save a few bucks. All 3 women stole lives when love turns to hate.